15 hours to Romania, and then Doha. I actually live in Romania now. I have a business in Romania, so there's another 6 hours to Romania.
Okay, guys, just to take the pictures of those fences with the barbed wire. Like they are recognized as a perimeter. To take the pictures of those fences with the barbed wire. They are recognized as a perimeter.
Okay.
Your guide will tell you a little bit more information about where it's possible, where it's
Доброе утро. Just wait a little bit. Now, and mind your head.
Yes, okay.
You know, sometimes things happen. So, Chernobyl nuclear power plant shelter facility. Yeah, you know that at this very night, the 26th of April 1986, this very facility was not used to protect people. It was not used because these very people who worked at the site on that very night, they decided not to leave their working places. Yeah, they decided to be inside the destroyed Reactor 4 building to complete their tasks, to do everything possible and impossible to renew the control over the situation. Yeah. Well, only later on, yeah, they were here. Nowadays, this very facility, it is used by the Chernobyl nuclear power plant staff within training. You know, nowadays we have regular trainings, yeah, and trainings, they are not arranged here. They are arranged inside units, yeah. But office workers, they put on special means of respiratory means of protection, and they come here. Very doors. By the way, each of them weighs almost 900 kilos. 900 kilos. Just imagine.
Wow. It's pretty solid.
This very facility, it can function independently in case of a complete loss of power supply at the site, for example. Yeah. They have a diesel generator unit, yeah, to ensure power supply for all their life supporting systems, right? Watch your steps, please. Within training, people come from conditionally more contaminated area to less contaminated area. So at the borders of these very areas, these very installations are mounted. Have you passed them already?
Yes.
Yes, and you know, these are installations to measure the level of surface contamination. You have to place your hands to the detectors, right? And it will be shown at this very part, it will be shown contaminated, not contaminated. Skim, where it will be shown what part of your body is contaminated. Of course, first of all, hands might be about what had happened at the site. It was sent from here. It was this very information, these very reports, they were sent by Chernobyl nuclear power plant director. Have a look at this very picture. Yes. Victor Bryukhanov, the first Chernobyl nuclear power plant director, and Nikolai Fomin, the scene engineer.
Yes.
Yeah. The first reports, they were sent by them from this very room. Anatoly Dyatlov, the scene engineer deputy, on reactor 3 and 4 operation. Yeah, a well-known figure, a well-known person. Yeah, we will talk about him. We will talk about him. You know, this is a picture. It was taken at a court session. You know, all the responsibility after the explosion. At first, it was 10 years. Yeah, Brukhanov and for me, all of them are dead. They are dead now. Yeah. The last was Viktor Brukhanov. He died last month. You know, Brukhanov and for me, they told that they, at the court session, they told that they were partially guilty. Yeah. They considered that they depicted various stages in the history of mankind, the development of mankind. Well, started from the gift which was presented by Prometheus, fire, up till the conquering of space, the development of bioengineering as their branch. Nikolai Linnik and his assistant, they were given 2 years to complete these very works, but they were so much inspired. How long is it? Are you telling now? Okay. Are you telling? Stop for a minute. Another 10 minutes. Everyone, what distance we have to cover? So, we are at the beginning of the so-called Golden Corridor. Golden. It was called golden after the explosion of reactor number 4. Of course, it's not golden. It's only aluminium. So please, no souvenirs from here. You know, this very material, it was, I'm sorry. Kirill? 50 beta particles per square centimeter per minute. 50 beta particles, right? You can see that this very device, it has color indication. Green color means that the control level is not exceeded. Yeah. Red color is when the controlled level is exceeded. So what is necessary to do if your hands are contaminated? What's your mind? Wash, just elemental, right? Just to wash them. With what water? Cold or hot?
Oh, cold water?
Why not hot?
Hot will open up your pores, open up the pores of your skin. And
pores will be broadened, opened, and there is a risk of getting better particles inside. So it's a rule for you. When we are back, at the closest changing facility, you have obligatory wash your hands with cold water. Yes. Right, with cold water. Okay. Now we will get additionally direct dose meters. Здравствуйте, Коля. Рада вас видеть и слышать.
Okay guys, so we're just collecting additional dosimeters here. So we've already got 2 on. So now we're getting our third.
Так, программку тебе надо домашнюю. Not so complicated, let us say. Well, this very system, they were called Scala system, rock in English. Rock systems, because the first system was mounted and operated at Leningrad nuclear power plant. It was in 1973. Yeah? It was the system of their operators control, reactor control parameters. Yeah? In Russian, abbreviation sounds as Scala. Yeah. So at all the other nuclear power plants, the same equipment was also called Skala system. Kursk nuclear power plant was the second, and Chernobyl nuclear power plant was the third. It was in 1979 when the first system of this type was mounted here at Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Each reactor had its own system. These very systems, they not only kept under control the basic reactor parameters. Yeah, these very parameters, they were calculated by these very systems. Yes, their deviations from the control levels were fixed by these very systems. Yeah, all the data, it was recorded. You can see these magnetic tapes here, tapes. We can come to this very room, we can come closer. It was shut down by turning a key. But in April 1986, at the control room of unit number 4, there was a red button just like this. And it was pressed. What for? To shut down the reactor. It was a device which was designed to shut down the reactor in any situation, emergency, not emergency, yeah, to shut down but at unit number 4, yeah, it was shut down, it was pressed to shut down according to all the rules, yeah. After its pressing, all the absorber rods, which were located in their maximum upper position, they move to the reactor.
So guys, this is reactor room number 3. So we're right next door to reactor 4 that exploded. This is reactor 3 control room,
The reactor was shut
which is yeah, it's almost a duplicate. So it's no longer active, but it's fairly intact.
It began to move. 211 in number. They began to move. 7 meters.
So guys, this is pretty cool being in control room of reactor 3 at Chernobyl. So this is identical to the control room in reactor 4. It's not operational anymore, but you know, they've left it intact. Just so you get the sense of what happened here on the night of the explosion. You imagine working here, all the alarms start to go off, and you know, you start to feel that rumbling in the building and then the explosion. So yeah, pretty interesting being here and just getting that sense of what happened here.
Because the channels, they moved along, they had been already destroyed by the increasing steam pressure. Yeah. Top to know, he was the first who noticed the development of the accidental process. Yeah. The temperature increase, the steam amount increase, the steam pressure increase, and Toptunov reported Akimov, yeah, unit ship supervisor Alexander Akimov, and Akimov gave a command.
Okay guys, so we're heading to control room number 3. Been told we've got to go a bit faster here, but with my back this is about as quick as I can go.
That is the entrance to unit number 4. Now we are 100 meters far from the destroyed unit number 4. 100 meters far from.
Destroy areas of the north.
Please, no pictures here. No pictures.
Okay guys, so I think we're within about 50 meters of reactor number 4 now.
Watch your steps, please. Cause it's slippery. Watch your steps. The control room of unit number 4. The control room of unit number 4.
Wow, this is it.
Okay. This way, this way, this way. People.
So this is it, guys.
Right. So that is the control room of unit number 4, a historical place where all the decisions of that very night, the 26th of April, 1986, were made. Fatal decisions. You can see that all the equipment has been dismantled. You can just guess the working places of the shift engineers, Reactor control engineer working place, Leonid Toptunov, reactor control engineer, Nikolai Stolarchuk, unit control engineer, Igor Kirschenbaum, turbine equipment control engineer. And in the middle, there was a table that was the working place of a unit shift supervisor. His name was Alexander Akimov. 11 persons were present in this very room. The heads of the shops, the heads of departments. Among them, Akov was. They were at the control room because of this very equipment testing. The room seems to be less than the control room of unit number 3. It's a new wall, which was erected here only in 2011. When we started a new project, the project of integrated automated monitoring system, the equipment was mounted behind this very control panel. That's why this very equipment that you guys
So guys, the sense of, wow, just realising where you are and what was going on here. So this is the original control panel for Reactor 4. They constructed this wall here, and on the other side of this was essentially where everything happened.
I will show you the original wall. That will tell you.
So where was the magic button on this?
Here is it. Here. So that, right. That is the reactor control engineer working place, and AZ5 red button was
right
located
there.
Here. Here there was a joystick. A certain channel could be chosen, and the position of a rod can be changed by this very joystick. The reactor control engineer, he had the information at this very panel. Here there was a panel. There was light indication, sound indication if there were some problems. These very.
Wow.
That is the area where there is a sign, where the level might be the highest, up till 10 microsievert per hour. 10 microsievert. So, and then it's behind this very wall. Behind this very wall. Now we are inside the arch structure. Now, the control room of unit number 4 is located in the southern part of the sarcophagus, the shelter facility, which was constructed over the destroyed reactor 4. By the by, you are here on the eve of a very important date in there for the Chernobyl side. You know, the 30th of November. The 30th of November, very soon, it will be 35 years when the shelter facility, the construction of the shelter facility was completed. November, the 30th of November, 1986. The shelter was completed over the destroyed reactors. Have a look at this very wall. 0686, June 1986. The level of exposure dose rate of gamma was 0.2 Rontgen per hour. Somebody wrote it in June 1986. 0.2 Rontgen per hour. Not micro, not milli, no, Rontgen per hour. Okay, time to go. Now, you have to step into these very containers. That is for the decontamination of your shoes.
Yeah, this one.
Now, we have to measure now the level of surface contamination. So, do like this. And 4, they were located in one and the same building. They had common systems, common equipment, yeah. So to ensure the safe operation of reactor number 3, it was necessary to cut, to separate, yeah, to reactor 3 and 4. That's why this very wall was constructed. Not long ago, it was additionally reinforced and stabilized. It was in 2017. Why? Now, it's one of the structures, one of the walls to which the arch structure has been attached. It's the east end wall, yeah, to which the arch structure has been attached. Right. We are near the memorial. I believe it's a memorial to Valery Khodemchuk. He was the senior operator of the main circulating pumps. 30 persons. That was shift number 5, night shift. 30 persons who worked at that very night at unit number 4. What was done, the first thing which was done after the explosion, all the people should be found. Yeah? Should be identified, should be found. Everyone was removed from risky areas, but not Khodemchuk. He was the only one person who was not found. The only operator of the main circulating pumps. He was at the same area, but opposite. Reactor 3 and reactor 4, they are located just like in a mirror, opposite each other. So Khodemchuk was at the same area, but opposite. Northern main circulating pumps, southern, this very room, southern main circulating pumps. Reactor 3 is located between. Here is it. Reactor 3. Reactor 4 is located behind the wall. Behind the wall. The main circulating pump, it ensured protection for people working here. That's why biological. It was made of steel, iron, sand,
Yeah.
serpentinite submixture, water. These were materials. They ensured protection against ionizing radiation. The reactor is empty. There is no fuel. You can step.
I can step
You
on
can
it?
step here. Yes, you can step. But take care. You can
It's
step.
a long way down.
Okay. So these are fuel channels. You can see here fuel canisters with 2 fuel assemblies inside. They were they were attached to each other. Yeah, 2 fuel
Wow, guys,
canisters.
this is
are
pretty
inside
cool.
each fuel assembly.
It's actually walking around on the
Fuel canister.
biological shield of reactor
Yes, you can see
number
that.
3 at Chernobyl. This is just it's pretty insane. So these are the top of the actual fuel rod assemblies. There's no fuel in here anymore, it's all been removed, but the shield and everything else is pretty much intact. So this is pretty cool, guys. Who knew? I never thought in my lifetime I'd be walking around on top of the biological shield of reactor number 3 at Chernobyl. This is mental. This is crazy, yeah? This is insane, walking around on the top of reactor number 3 at Chernobyl.
Have a look, it's a fueling machine. Here is it, a fueling machine. These very type of reactors, they can be fueled and refueled when the reactor was operational. It was not necessary to shut down fueling and refueling. This very structure, this very equipment, it weighs 460 tons.
So this is the fueling machine, guys. Looks like it's got a little microscope type thing in there, but yeah, it's moved. It's moved all over. Wow, such a big cavernous building too. It's enormous.
This very structure at unit number 4. We have seen this very wall from the Golden Corridor. First you go down. The students, they go to work.
Yeah.
To Moldova, to Crimea.
Yeah.
It was in summer usually.
Yeah.
When all their studies was over.
Yeah.
So when all the classes were over, we went to work. Just somebody went to earn some money.
Yeah.
But as for me, I just go to get impressions.
Okay.
Well, and we worked in Moldova. We worked at the plant, vegetable and fruit.
Okay.
We put them into the
ground. You
grass.
plant. Yeah.
Right. Well, so when we also worked by shifts, and when we have days off,
Yeah.
we go to Odessa.
Odessa. Yeah.
Odessa
Yeah.
on the shore of Black Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also went to Moldova, to Chisinau.
Yeah.
Well, so it was very trip, but very impressive.
Yeah, Chisinau, unfortunately, it hasn't changed much. It's still very. They do. It's a hard place to live, Moldova.
Right. Unit number 3. We were inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unit number 3, and the arch structure, it was placed just over destroyed unit number 4.
Yeah. Wow, I still find it still not sinking in. We're just cruising around in Chernobyl next to reactor number 4. Crazy. Max.
Max.
I have his number in my phone. Max, yeah. He's like a tall.
His,
I have his
phone number.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a tall blonde guy. Alright, guys. So about 100 meters away from Chernobyl Reactor 4, the safe containment vessel. It was slid in place. So we just finished inside. We were down this end, about 20 meters inside in the control room of Reactor 4. This is a monument to those that worked and gave their lives here. But yeah, you know, standing here about 100 meters from where it is, amazing. Like our guide was just saying, 35 years ago at the initial sarcophagus went in place.
More than 90,000 people were involved in their works here at Chernobyl site after the explosion of reactor number 4, just within the first post-accident year. More than 90,000, because sometimes people worked minutes per day. Yeah. And
Pripyat was once a residential town having taken out from the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. It is not deserted save for a few research workers. It is located 2 miles from the 4th unit at Chernobyl, site of the explosion in April 1986. You will see a brief video chronicle of the sarcophagus construction.